So where were we? Oh yeah, a song from the Fire. I have a very good Stampeder album. If you don't, if you don't have it, you can't get it anymore. No, somewhere maybe. Yard sales. Okay, so this is Rocky Mountain Home. And as I went aboard the train, I said, don't hang on, 'cause I'll be gone too long. And there in my head again, oh, I dreamed a life of women, wine, and song. But the fame I had planned for overnight slipped from sight and left me in the void. Now on this chill October dawn, I'm alone on the highway, thumbing my way home. Oh yeah, fiddle part, or something like that. Oh, Rocky Mountain Home. Oh, I left you for the road. Where should I come back this winter? Would you be there? Would you have me there? Oh, Rocky Mountain Home. Well, many nights I've been alone, with the thought of you in my mind. I've been unkind, I've said words unkind. Ooh, Rocky Mountain Home. Well, this old highway, Lord, it's all I call my own. Ooh, please don't leave me stranded. Here I stand, my head in my hand. Rocky Mountain Home. Yeah, this old highway, Lord, is all I call my own. Oh, please don't leave me stranded. Here I stand, I got my head in my hand. Hey, driver, hey, pull over. Won't you let me get inside? Hey, driver, won't you slow down? Won't you give me one more ride? Ooh, driver, hey, pull over. Oh, you let me get inside. Hey, driver, won't you slow down? Won't you give me one more ride? Yeah. Hey, come on, driver, let me ride. Hey, yeah. Come on, driver, let me inside. Oh, yeah. Rocky Mountain Home. You know, sometimes, while it's great that I play guitar and do these, it would be really nice to have a guitar player with me, because just so I could get through one once without landing on the wrong chord, at least momentarily. And I mean, I really appreciate the fact that a lot of people don't pick up on it, because it goes by real fast, and that's great. I appreciate that. But anyway, such as it is, I do enjoy playing the guitar. I just wish I was better. So, the other thing that this has got to do with the thought for the week. I watched a 60 Minutes the other night, and they repeated a show that I saw, or a segment that I saw maybe 5 or 6 months ago. And did any of you see the segment on psilocybin? You know, the clinical testing of psilocybin, like the magic mushrooms, but of course they purify the compound to pure psilocybin. But anyway, this was just a wonderful piece if you can find it. To watch, because they talked about, they interviewed 3 people who had done the psilocybin testing, and one was a woman who just couldn't quit smoking, and she wanted to quit smoking. The second person was a woman in her 50s who had stage 2 or stage 3 lung cancer, and she was just suffering from severe depression. She just couldn't kick it, as far as she was concerned. Her life was over, and there's nothing. She, no drugs, no anything could improve this lady's outlook on life. And the third guy was he was a writer, and he was a real skeptic. He thought, all these people are talking about love, and the only important thing being love. And I mean, it just seemed kind of gooey, screwy to me. He said, and so he didn't believe it, but he wanted to try this. Now the first 2 did the guided psilocybin test with medical professionals. Well, the writer, being more of a hippie type dude, well, he just got some underground psilocybin, and he did have somebody there with him, but he did it that way. So nobody had what you would call a fantastic, wonderful trip. Some of them were terrifying. But the upshot of it is this. First of all, they showed brain scans of brain activity when you're in your normal state, So there's lines connecting different parts of the brain and activity all around. And then on psilocybin, it was 10 times as much, literally 10 times as much. And so anyway, what happened is this. The lady who was smoking, she hated it. She had a terrible trip. But 2 or 3 years have gone by now, and she's not had a cigarette or any desire for one. The woman with cancer said her experience, and it's a real experience. It's not an experience that's a dream or a movie. You are engaged in this experience. And she said it was, she saw the futility of everything, of life. But the result of seeing that was that she said the word she used was comfortable, and her face was relaxed. She looked as healthy as can be, and the cancer was still there, but she didn't want to say she was happy, but she said she was comfortable, and she said, "I'm not afraid of death at all anymore." And she said to the interviewer, "And I'm not afraid of you, and I'm not afraid of myself." And she said, "I'm just comfortable." And essentially, so here she was living without fear. Wow, does it get better than that? And the skeptic, the other guy, he said, well, the bottom line, he says, I hate to say it, but I mean, what I found out on my trip was that, the only thing worthwhile in the world is love. That's all that's important, nothing else. And so, I can relate to that, because that's what I'm thinking. So here's what I have to offer you today. It says this: nothing and everything cannot coexist. To believe in one is to deny the other. Fear is really nothing, and love is everything. Nothing and everything cannot coexist. To believe in one is to deny the other, and fear is really nothing, and love is everything. There you have it in a nutshell. So anyway, it's off to the shop tomorrow to get a replacement part, and I'll keep you posted. And like I said, a little bit of trepidation, but I just have a lot of confidence in the doctor and in in everything, in life, in love, in everything. All right. Peace, love. See you next week.